Greetings and welcome to this edition of
Positronic Hypersonic.
I'm Barry P. Cook, and I'm here to do a breakdown and review for you of the new film Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So let's get into it. As the film starts, it's many generations after Caesar's death, Caesar being the main character of the previous few films. And the apes have become the dominant species on Earth, having established numerous clans. Noah is a chimpanzee of an eagle-oriented ape clan whose father, Koro, is the leader of his village. Noah expresses a deep desire to make his father proud as he prepares for a coming-of-age ceremony by successfully collecting eagle eggs with his friends Anaya and Suna. However, a human scavenger inadvertently cracks Noah's egg in a brief scuffle, which results in a trip back into the city to find a replacement egg. On his trip, Noah discovers members of a rogue clan that serve Proximus Caesar, a tyrannical ape monarch who leads with a twisted version of the original Caesar's teachings. After the group discovers Noah's horse, they use it to track down his clan. By the time Noah gets back to his clan himself, the entire village is ablaze. As he tries to save his father Koro from the fire, Proximus General Silva kills Koro in Caesar's name just before Noah is knocked unconscious. When Noah awakens, he discovers his family and clan have been taken. He buries his father's body and ventures off to bring his family back to their rightful home. In the remains of a terminal at LAX, he encounters an orangutan named Roca, who tells Noah about Caesar's real teachings of morality, compassion, and mercy. They notice the same human scavenger from earlier nearby. Roca offers her food and a blanket, naming her Nova. During their journey, they encounter other human scavengers traveling in packs as wild animals once did. Proximus clan suddenly attacks the humans, causing Noah to rescue Nova, who, to Roca and Noah's surprise, later reveals that she can speak and has a real name, May. She tells Noah where Proximus took his clan, believing he settled near an old human bunker. On their way to the settlement, they're ambushed by Proximus thugs led by Silva while trying to cross a bridge over a river. In the ensuing fight, Roca comes to May's aid as she's about to drown, but drowns himself when he's washed away by the current after Silva cuts the rope that Roca had been clinging to. Noah and May are taken to Proximus's camp, where Noah reunites with Suna, Anya, and his mother. Proximus reveals himself and invites Noah to dinner with May and Treathan, a human who's allied himself with the apes. He believes Noah to be useful and demands to know what May's plan is, advising Noah that she only wants to benefit herself. Noah contemplates things as his father's eagle remains nearby, as he believes it to be taunting him. Remembering what Roca taught him about Caesar, Noah understands and accepts that Proximus's law is wrong, as the eagle finally comes to him. He confronts May, demanding to know the truth in exchange for his help. May reveals that she knows a secret way into the bunker that Proximus has been trying to open because he believes there are human items in there that will give him power. She also reveals that she's looking for a book which could bring speech back to humanity. Noah hopes to destroy the bunker following this and lead his clan back home. Noah, May, Suna, and Anya plant gunpowder and explosives around a dam, keeping the water away from Proximus's little kingdom. Treathan, however, interrupts and plans to warn Proximus, only to be killed by May. The group subsequently heads to the hidden entrance. May discovers a reserve of weapons and retrieves her book, which in actuality is a decipher key. Meanwhile, the apes discover old picture books in the bunker, which depict humans as the once dominant species. As they make their way out of the bunker, the group is met by Proximus, who threatens to kill Suna, but May shoots and kills the ape, holding Suna hostage. Proximus agrees to let Noah escape if she tells him where in the bunker the other weapons are. Unwilling to give the apes more power, May sets off the explosives around the dam, destroying it and flooding the bunker. As the apes climb their way up the inside of the bunker so as to avoid the flooding waters and drowning, Noah encounters Silva and a chase ensues. Noah climbs through a small gap in the pipes eventually, leaving Silva trapped to drown, avenging both Cora and Raka in the process. When Noah makes it out himself, he's attacked by Proximus, as Proximus brutally beats him, intending to kill him. Proximus even demands that Noah kneel before him. Noah finally learns to master his father's eagle-calling songs and encourages his clan to sing along with him to summon the eagles to attack Proximus. When they in fact do this, Proximus falls to his death over the edge of the cliff that they were on. As the clan makes their way back home and rebuilds, an armed and still leery May says farewell to Noah. She explains that she believes that humans deserve their chance again, as they were originally the dominant species on the planet, causing Noah to question how much freedom apes will then have if that occurs. The two part, and she makes her way to a human satellite base where she delivers the decipher key, allowing her group to reactivate satellites and successfully make contact with other humans from somewhere else in the world. Noah takes Suna to the now defunct Griffith Observatory, which he had encountered after first meeting Ruka, and both apes marvel at the expansiveness of the universe after looking through the observatory's telescope at the stars. And that's where the movie ended. So there's a lot to like about this movie. It's fantastic visually. I mean, it's just a masterpiece visually. The apes seem real, which is not a surprise to anyone who's seen these movies. And the voice cast does an excellent job. It's just a visual and even an auditory experience to behold. It really is. And the relationships between the apes are very well depicted, and it makes you really care about these characters, and it makes you feel connected to them and to root for them. And that's what a good film is supposed to do, so that's fine. And you even find yourself rooting for May and hoping that she's okay at the end of the movie. But ultimately, this movie has way too much in the way of setup before it gets to the actual nitty-gritty of the film. It's fine and everything that you're seeing sort of the day-to-day life of this clan at the beginning for a bit, and then you see Noah encounter Roka, and has the door to reality opened to him a crack, that the world isn't exactly what his elders had told him it was, and that the before times were quite a bit different than things are now. And that's interesting. But it takes way too long to get to the part of the movie that tells you why this clan attacked Noah's clan. And the why isn't even really ever spelled out, but you kind of get the feeling that they attacked them just to gather enough apes to add to their number so that they can try to pull the doors of this vault open, because Proximus wants to get into it because he thinks there's powerful stuff in there. And, I don't know. I felt like it was a different movie leading up to that point. And then you get there and you go, oh, is that it? This guy wants to get into this vault because he thinks it's going to give him power. And so he goes and rounds up apes from various clans to help him open the door. I don't know. It just didn't seem like a big enough payoff for all the buildup. It didn't seem like a story element worthy of building a film around, and all the buildup of other stuff that seemed much more worthy but doesn't go anywhere because it comes to a complete stop when the plot changes over to what this one ape is trying to do. Elements carry over, but it's just, I don't know, it seemed just disjointed to me in that way. And the threat is kind of non-specific. He doesn't say exactly what he wants to do, just that he wants these things because he thinks it'll make him more powerful, but he's already powerful. He's already got a bunch of apes under his control and they see him as a king. So what more does he want? What threat is he under that he needs to do this? Like, is he warring with other clans? I mean, they don't show that. So it doesn't make any sense. And, you never get to see where May really comes from. Obviously, she's not one of the devolved humans that lost their ability to speak and everything from the virus. She's one of the regular humans that I guess descended from other regular humans that escaped the virus when it first happened. But you never get to see where she came from, she or any of that. She's still a mystery at the end of the movie, because even where she ends up is not where she came from. So you never get the story about how it is that she's still like a normal human from before the virus. You never get to see that. I mean, you're left to assume that she's just a descendant of people who survived the virus. And I thought that was, kind of lame. You never are told how it is that she knows where this secret entrance is. You're never told how it is that she knows that this pass key exists or where it is, let alone how to get into the building in a different way. The other thing is the secret entrance is just at the top rear of the structure, which is kind of under a mountain. And Proximus has spent all this time trying to pull or blow the big old front doors open, but he never sent anyone around the back to see if there was another way in. He didn't climb all over the thing with his apes to see if there was a way in from the top, whether it was in the back or the front, just the top. He never found this. I mean, it's not hidden. It's just sitting right there. If you got high enough up, you'd find it. If you explored, you would find it. So he never found it. I just don't buy that. I don't buy that. And then, there's little things like the power still works inside the facility after a whole bunch of years. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. In the end, it serves as a good setup for the next film, maybe, right? The humans are going to try to get their speech back and try to retake the planet and try to become dominant again on the planet, or at least on equal footing with the apes. But now we get to wait for that movie. Like, what? I think it would have been more interesting if we saw more about where May came from and who her people were and how she knows all this stuff. And I think leaving that information out just made the movie feel like there were too many questions to be answered when it was over. So I didn't think very much of it. Again, the performances were great, the visuals are unbelievable, and there's a lot of cool action sequences and stuff, or a number of cool action sequences, but it was way too much setup and background story for the characters at the end to be left less well off than they were before, having accomplished only, in addition to getting back to their own village alive, taking care of this one guy that might have been more of a threat than he already was if he'd gotten a hold of the stuff in the bunker and figured out how to use it. And then on the other hand, you don't know anything more than very little about the intelligent humans. And you're left, like I said, asking questions. So I didn't think this movie was very good. I think they should have done things differently. And I don't know, maybe the next movie, which, they clearly were setting up, will be better. But that's really all I have to say about it. I would say definitely go see it because it's just something to behold and there are good moments, but don't expect a particularly mind-blowing story. That's my opinion. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'll be back with another video soon. Until I return, I wish you peace and long life.